Hello everybody, my name is Lily Nova and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a quick video on the Miami incident. There's a bunch of controversy going on about it, and if you don't know about it, it was a huge incident that happened at a Miami mall where there were tons of cop cars, literally the most cop cars that I've ever seen in my life in one place. Apparently, the authorities said that there was a fight with sticks and maybe fireworks between teenagers. And the whole thing is just really, really fishy. There were people running, screaming out of this mall. There were black helicopters. They shut everything down. Everybody lost their power. Nobody's cell phones were working in this area. So yeah, anyways, that's just kind of that summarized. And I wanted to remote view it to see what would come up. What's really going on here? Now, my initial response to this, oh, and I forgot to add, they also shut down the airport around the area. So there was nobody allowed in the airspace, which is really weird. They don't do that for some kids that are fighting. So it was definitely something that they are hiding. So there's a lot of controversy going on about this, and I was really interested to see what was going on. So I decided to remote view it and do a psychic session on it. And initially, whenever I first heard about this incident, I thought Stranger Things. Okay, this is Stranger Things. They're at a mall. There's probably some people underneath the mall messing with some sort of technology, opening up portals. I knew there was a portal and creatures coming through. So there have been some testimonies, or at least one testimony that was taken down, where a man said that he was in the mall whenever this happened, and he saw, I think, around 10 feet shadow-like beings, and they were phasing in and out of reality. And that's pretty classic for a paranormal encounter, shutting off your technology, cell phones didn't work, and beings, interdimensional beings, being able to phase in and out of the reality. So it looks like they're there 1 second and then they're gone. We see that a lot with UFOs too. That's why they disappear in an instant. They pop in and out of our dimension. So like I said, first reaction was Stranger Things. And then I thought maybe this was kind of like a holographic thing, maybe like a blue beam kind of false flag thing that happened. So those were kind of my two things, but I was leaning towards Stranger Things. One more interesting thing is that Donald Trump, I believe, tweeted right whenever this happened and said something like on Twitter or X, something like, why don't you tell us what really happened there? Hinting like he knew something that was going on there. And I thought that was very, very peculiar. It has been stated that Trump is actually in contact with extraterrestrials. So I thought that was very interesting. I do believe that he knows a lot more than he is leading on, but there's not much that he can say at this time. But we're starting to lead up to that moment where we're actually starting to see disclosure and things actually coming into our reality. And without further ado, I will go ahead and go through the psychic information that I received. And I'm just going to go through my notes and literally read it off exactly how I got it. And then I'll do kind of like a summary and recap at the end. Okay, so going into meditation and remote viewing this, the first thing that I saw was a blue electric looking light energy opening up inside of the mall, and it was a portal opening. So right then and there, to me, confirmed, okay, this was a paranormal, interdimensional, this was real. It was not just a holographic thing. Something really happened there. So portal opening up in the middle of the mall, and then I saw extraterrestrials with big almond eyes, grays. I saw gray extraterrestrials. I also saw humans behind computers, and I was a little confused about this. They looked like they were in a base. So there were humans involved with this as well as extraterrestrials. Then I'm seeing Miami Mall. It happened in a very specific location. There's something to the specific coordinates and location that this event happened. There's more to it. On the grid, the coordinates. And then I saw something that really threw me for a loop, and that was I saw super soldiers. Covert personnel, humans, super soldiers, part of covert programs. A tear in space-time. I also saw U.S. military. And then I began seeing paranormal entities coming from this portal, but they didn't look like the shadow figures reported by the one testimony. They just kind of looked like energetic beings coming through this portal. And then I kept seeing angels in angelic presence. I saw angels like quite a few times. So there was actually a lot of angelic beings at this event as well. And then I heard going to jail. I was sensing a weapon, some sort of a weapon, and the elite. I saw the black helicopters, which there were black helicopters above the mall, circling above the mall during this event. And then I saw a lot of beings of light, very divine beings, spiritual. I felt a lot of very spiritual, divine energy, and I actually saw Jesus as well. And I saw a lot of light. And I got that this was on purpose, and ultimately it was divinely orchestrated. I saw, and like I said, I'll kind of summarize and recap at the end. I saw benevolent, humanoid-looking extraterrestrials in uniform on a ship, working with positive leaders of the United States, good humans, for disclosure. I also saw shadowy-looking beings or creatures too. So this is a very layered experience. This is something that's very, very layered. I'm very actually shocked to see how layered it is. So there were benevolent extraterrestrials there. There were negative extraterrestrials there. There were positive humans, negative humans, super soldiers, angelic beings, positive spiritual beings, as well as shadowy and dark type of paranormal interdimensional beings. So it's very convoluted. A lot was going on here. Then I saw hands shaking between benevolent extraterrestrials and positive humans. So kind of like an agreement, a shaking. They're working together. And then I saw the Earth, the globe, and more experiences like this will occur. Mass sighting events. Okay, and that's what I caught last night, and literally my third eye felt like it was about to short circuit. I was receiving so much energy, and it was hard for me to focus and concentrate that I had to pull the plug on it, and then I revisited this morning to get some more information and clarity. So what I was sensing was that these super soldiers were actually breakaway super soldiers, and they were part of a cleanup crew. So not negative super soldiers, positive, cleaning up. So cleaning up the negative entities, cleaning up the negative forces, the elite, cleaning up all of the corruption on Earth. And then I heard arc, as in a space arc. And I saw on this space arc good guys. We're just going to say, for simplicity's sake, we're going to say good guys and bad guys during this video. So I saw that this portal was opened from this space arc. And I specifically saw a humanoid-looking male with short blonde hair, maybe a commander of some sort. Could have been extraterrestrial, but looked very, very human-like on the space arc. So they opened this portal from this space arc. And I don't know much about the space arcs at all. I've heard about them, but I literally don't know much, if anything at all, about them. So I was very shocked to see that that played a role in this, and I'm going to have to dive deeper into that. And then I got that there was an astral battle between the good guys and bad guys. So that's what was happening at this mall, and it was literally bleeding through into our 3D reality. A battle between positive group of beings, and then I heard the alliance called the Alliance. So positive extraterrestrials working with positive-oriented humans towards disclosure and also towards fighting the dark forces that have taken over Earth. The experience in Miami was a bleed through into our dimension. There was an attack by the bad guys, and basically, essentially, these positive breakaway super soldiers and extraterrestrial beings and the Alliance beings were coming through and helping to just clean up and fight this attack from negative humans and negative ETs. And it bled through into our dimension. But ultimately, it was divinely orchestrated so that we could see this. That was one of the other things I saw and got, was that humanity needs to see this, because it's crazy, because these things are happening all around us at all the time, in space, on Earth, in other dimensions, but we never see it. And this is one of our first cases where we're actually seeing it, and it's coming into the physical, which is insane. So I went to dig in to find out anything more. I asked, is there something under the mall? And I went to sense that. Yes, there is something under that specific mall. The bad guys, and I saw the humans on computers again, like I saw in the very beginning of my session. working on something, covert projects, black projects, messing with technology, messing with portals, experimenting. And I get that there were Russians involved in this. And not saying that all Russians are bad whatsoever. That's just what I sensed, was that there were Russian humans involved with this, probably U.S. humans, of course, involved in this at some level too, but specifically Russians. And so there is a base underneath this mall. So this essentially was the good guys coming after the bad guys and purposefully allowing this to come into the 3D physical realm so that we could see it and become aware of it. Purposeful bleed through by the positive side in order to help bring disclosure. The world has to see this. And the almond-eyed gray beings I saw in the beginning, I was wondering more about them. And I did feel that they are of negative in nature and that they're working with the humans under the mall who are working on these experiments. And that's what I got. So essentially, this was kind of like my first initial thought that it's a Stranger Things type event where there's people doing running covert experiments, messing with dimensions and technology and portals under the mall, weapons, some sort of weapons under this mall. And then the good guys are coming in, a cleanup crew, these humanitarian super soldiers and the Earth Alliance with positive ETs and positive humans working towards cleaning all of this up, and then a purposeful bleed through. So hopefully all of that made sense. And I also got that more cases are going to happen like this in the future. So 2024 is going to be a crazy year. And again, this was divinely orchestrated at the highest level. There were also angelic beings as well as negative. So a lot of positive oriented beings as well as some negative oriented beings and agendas. Let me know what you guys think. That's what I got for you guys. Of course, use your discernment, take it or leave it. That's just the information that I got. Please leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts on this are. Give this video a like and feel free to share this video. And I will see you later, Star Brothers and Sisters.